Sacred Heart High School, Nalasopara, West. Standard 4th, Subject English, Unit 2, Poem number 12, Why English is So Hard. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. So, today we are going to study the poem Why English is So Hard. And in this poem, the poet expresses why English is so hard language. But before I start with my explanation, I will first read the poem for you. So let us begin with the poem first. Why English is so hard. We'll begin with a box and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. You may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice. But the plural of a house is houses, not highs. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? And I speak of a foot and you show me your feet, but I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? That one may be that and three may be those, yet the plural of hat would never be hose. The masculine pronouns are he, his and him. But imagine the feminine she, shiz and shim. So our English, I think you all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. I hope you are clear with the poem which I have read for you all. Now children, I will begin with my explanation stanza wise. Now children, let us begin with the first stanza. We'll begin with a box and the plural is boxes, but the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. Which means, here we all know, in singular and plural, the word which ends with x changes to its plural form by adding ex, and therefore box changes to boxes in the plural form. So, the poet here is telling us, if the box changes to boxes, why not ox changes to oxes? But what is the plural of ox? Oxen. So English is a funny language. Yes, children? Do you agree with me? Yes. So let us move to our second stanza now. You may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice, but the plural of house is houses, not highs. Now again, here a single mouse. Mouse is a singular word, yes, and the plural of mouse is mice. So likewise, if the word house, which is a singular form, when it changes to plural, become houses and not highs. So here again, the poet is trying to tell us there is no uniform rule for a singular word and a plural word. Okay, children, let us move to the third stanza. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? Now here, man is a singular form of a word. Now man turns into plural and we call it men, right? So pan, which is in singular form, should change to plural by saying pen. But here we do not say pan, pen, but we call it pan, pants. So again, here the poet is confused. Man changing to men, but pan does not change to pen. So now let us move to our fourth stanza. And I speak of a foot, and you show me your feet. But I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? Now once again, the question is raised by the poet here is, if I ask you to show a foot, foot is a singular word, and you show me a feet, feet is the plural of the word foot. So he is asking, if I show you a boot, would a pair be called a beat? Now again, there is a confusion. A foot changing to feet in the plural form. So boot should change to beat. So now children, let us move to our fifth stanza. That one may be that, and three may be those, yet the plural of hat would never be hose. Now, here we use the word that for things which are far in the singular form. So, if any object is far away and is more than one, it changes to those. So, here that becomes those. So, hat should change to hose. Does it change so? No, hat changes to hats in the plural form. Okay, children, now let us move to the sixth stanza. The masculine pronouns are he, his and him. But imagine the feminine she, shiz and shim. Now, masculine refers to gender, which speaks about male, that is boys. And pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun, correct? So now, if we are talking about a masculine pronoun, we use the pronoun he, his and him. But in the feminine form, that is feminine gender, means a girl. We speak about females and girls in feminine gender. So it should actually become she, hers and her. But here it says that in feminine gender, it should change to she, shiz and shem. So again the poet expresses himself and says, why English is so hard? Now we move to our last stanza. So our English, I think you will all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. Which means, so after listening to the whole poem, my dear children, I am sure even you all must be thinking like the poet, that the English is the trickiest language. Trickiest means what? A difficult language. Yes, it is also called the funny language because there are no rules which applied the same way for all the words. As we saw from the beginning of the poem to the end of the poem. Therefore, the poet expresses himself and say, English is so hard. I hope you all must have understood the poem. Thank you, children.